Hello again. In today's episode, I have Evil Ducks, a nerdy board game, a Kung Fu Piglet, and a really cool tribute to the Half-Life series. If you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Josh, and this is Free Play. One of the things I like to do here is display many different types of games to give you a sense of the sheer variety of free stuff that's out there. I hope to include a little something for everyone on this show, and just bring you something that'll brighten your day. Every single game I mention here is of course totally free, and although some might not quite match the standards of a mainstream title, there's something to be enjoyed in each of them. So if like me you can get a kick out of simple pleasures, then welcome. Let's get started. Relic Hunters 0. This is one of those games that just feels good to play. The pixel graphics are crisp and bright, the controls are smooth, and the chiptune soundtrack is pretty catchy. The whole thing looks like a lost show from the glory days of Cartoon Network, and the premise is suitably nonsensical. You are under attack from evil turtles and space ducks with guns. The way to defeat them? More guns. Also grenades. Also fitting with the title, as you progress you'll collect pieces of relics, which when reassembled can be equipped to give you different advantages, such as extra health or regenerating ammunition. Blast your way through single player mode, or grab a friend and go in cooperatively. One other cool detail about this game is that its developers have made its code open source, encouraging modders to create their own weapons and characters, and ensuring a steady stream of new content for players. I really like that communal aspect in a free game, and it's clear that this one was made with a lot of love. Card Hunter. I love board games. I like their social aspect, I like their emphasis on thoughtful problem solving, I even like their physicality, the solidity of dice and cards and game tokens. Card Hunter manages to capture that joy in a digital experience. It's a loving spoof of geek staples like Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering, pitting you against a fledgling game master and his overbearing older brother. I really appreciated this lighthearted take on the subject matter, as opposed to so much modern fantasy that leans toward grimdark and deadly serious. This is a pretty great turn-based strategy game that combines elements of a collectible card game with dungeon-crawling combat. Your characters each have a set of moves according to cards in their decks. Playing cards lets you march them around the board, attacking monsters and healing allies. Completing campaigns wins you loot, such as new weapons and armor, which can be attached to your characters, adding new and more powerful cards to their decks. Now this would probably be too fiddly and clumsy to implement well in a real-world board game, but as a mechanic in a computer game, it works like a charm. There's also a mode for online play, but honestly I didn't care much for it. Other players I tried to battle had decks that were so much more powerful than mine that I simply didn't stand a chance. That said, there is a pretty beefy single-player campaign to battle through, and lots of fun to be had there. If you like tactical play, I give Card Hunter a full and unreserved recommendation. Iron Snout. So it turns out there was a fourth little pig, not mentioned in the classic story. But instead of hiding in a house of straw, sticks, or bricks, he chose to fight back. Iron Snout is a fighting game at its most simplistic. All you need are the arrow keys and a good sense of timing. Take on waves of wolves as a one-piglet army, kicking butt and taking names. It's amazing how powerful one feels in the midst of a good combo, and it's deeply satisfying to knock so many enemies flat. The artwork here is nice, even if some of the humor, like a Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball reference, feels dated already. And there's even a blood-free mode that can be turned on if you like. The game is very small, with only 2 playable stages, but it knows how to pack in the action. This little piggy is tough as nails. Transmissions, Element 120. Fans have been waiting for over a decade, and it's time to face the facts. Half-Life 3 is probably never going to happen. To ease your pain in the midst of that realization, though, I bring you Transmissions, Element 120. This is a fan-made game, and the respect the developers have for the franchise shows. It feels at once familiar to anyone who has played the source material, but also fresh with some pretty interesting innovations I won't spoil here. Now, if you're expecting a deep story that really digs into the rich Half-Life universe, keep looking, because you won't find it here. This doesn't deliver a plot so much as a string of cool puzzles and action set pieces. But that's fine though, for fans like me who just want to run around in the Half-Life world again. And it also makes the game accessible to those who haven't played the originals. The entire game is quite short, you'll probably get through it in an hour or so, but none of that time is wasted on filler. It's cool stuff, and if you like Half-Life, well worth taking a look at. And there you have it. As always, the download links for all 4 games in this episode are listed below. And if you do try any out, or have any you think I should try, I'd love to have your thoughts. Just comment below. I've also been using a new microphone for this episode, rather than just the one built into my webcam, and would like to know what you think of the audio too. Is it any better, or should I just go back? For more free game reviews, be sure to subscribe to my channel, as so far I seem to be doing these videos about once a week. This one is over though, so you're free. Now go play.